If you've ever been watching a Raiders game and got so excited by a touchdown that you ended up knocking the chip dip all over your lap, go ahead and hit that like button. Guys, what's going on? The comment section here at the Raider D podcast is out of control. Go ahead and get on down there in that nasty comment section and give us some Raider Nation for life and go Raiders. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite fantasy for the Raiders free agent offseason. You're watching the Raider D. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Raider D podcast. Today we're going to be delving deep into the annals of free agency. No, that didn't sound weird. Okay, a little bit. Anyway, listen, we have $50 million to play with this offseason. Oh, I am so excited. And once we do the post-June trade cut, whatever they're going to do with Jimmy Garoppolo, as well as if you were to release Hunter Renfrow and trade him after June 1st, that's going to free up like another $30 million, right? So now we want to use that for the draft picks to pay their salaries, which means we basically have $50 million to go out there and get some juggernauts on the free agency market. So we're going to delve right into it. Here are my picks and what I think the Raiders should do. Go ahead and drop comments on each one of these and give me a grade of 1 to 10 how you think these free agents are going to stack up for us. Starting right off, we have the big boy, Christian Wilkins. Defensive tackle coming out of the Miami Dolphins. He's going to be a free agent. And this dude is perennial Pro Bowler, super stud, basically the anchor of your ship. And your ship being the defensive line. Christian Wilkins, what he brings, if we were able to get him. Now, it's going to remain to be seen if the Dolphins are going to be able to keep him. I don't think that they will due to their cap situation. Remember, they spent an awful lot of money on their offense, particularly Tyree. Man, Christian Wilkins, if we could get him, in 2023, he had 65 tackles, 38 solo stops, and 9 sacks. Count them. 9. You know, on the Raiders team, there are only 2 guys who had more than 5 sacks, and that was Max Crosby and Cousin Kuntz.
Bruh.
Kuntz ended up with 8, Max Crosby 14.5. Now, as a committee, we did end up with over 40 sacks on the year, which is fantastic. But we really need to get that center position anchored down, and Christian Wilkins would be an absolute stud for us.
Go ahead and hit me down in the comments below and let me know.
You guys want Christian Wilkins? I do. I think he would be a beast. Moving down to the second one. Now, this one is pure fantasy. I don't think the Jaguars are going to let him go. But my goodness, if we were to get this guy that I'm about to talk about right now, and don't get him confused, but I'm talking about the Jacksonville? Do they have wheels? No. Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen. Defensive end. Edge rusher. I can't speak today. Edge rusher extraordinaire. Now, this is not to be confused with the Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. No. While they may share the same name, definitely not related. But, oh my goodness. He is 6'5", 255 pounds. In 2023, he ended up with 17.5 sacks. and 46 quarterback pressures. Now, we love Kuntz. We love what he was able to do for us this year. And I think he deserves an extension. But a guy like Josh Allen on one side of the black curtain, hashtag black curtain. That's right. I coined it. I'm starting it. You guys run with it. Spread it everywhere. The Raider defense, we're going to call them the black curtain. Because once the curtain comes down, you don't see anything anymore. That's it. It's over. Josh Allen on one side, Max Crosby on the other. And then you got Malcolm Kuntz coming in as the relief agent. Tyree Wilson moved to the inside at defensive tackle along next to Christian Wilkins. I mean, I think that they might have to increase the insurance premiums for quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, I just can't see how the Jaguars let Josh Allen go. They can maneuver. They have enough room in their salary cap that they could maneuver to try and keep him. But my goodness, if he in any way possible can be grabbed by the Raiders, I'm telling you, we are number one defense in all categories. The biggest issue that we've had, even with the great, last 9 games that we had this last year, we still struggled against the run, right? We got after the quarterback. We shut him down on points and we shut him down on passing yards, but they were still running on us. And Christian Wilkins in the middle, alongside with Tyree Wilson, who has shown that he is good against the run, and then you throw in Josh Allen on one end and Max Crosby on the other, and we don't even have to get fancy and do, a bunch of crazy stunts and all this. I mean, we basically got the 4 nastiest linemen in the NFL. Maybe not Tyree Wilson, but we'll see if he blooms. I mean, man, he was a first-round draft pick. I sure hope he blooms. But moving on. Let me know down in the comments below.
Would you love to see Josh Allen in the silver and black?
And again, I'm not talking about the white boy quarterback either. Woo! We are on a roll. Now, we do need some depth pieces at cornerback, and I think we can pick up some later in the draft, but there is a super stud named Jalen Johnson from Chicago. Chicago, right? I am not from the Midwest. I call it Chicago. But out there, maybe they call it Chicago. Let me know. Which one is it right? Don't know. Got anybody from Chicago in here? Man, this guy, Jalen Johnson, is an absolute shutdown corner. He's a ball hawk. He's physically gifted. His passer rating, Johnson allowed an opposing passer rating of 50.9 in coverage this past season.
That's crazy.
Right? Man, he is one of those corners that gets in your pocket and he ain't getting out. He just not getting out. That's just the way it is. Okay? So again, pretty pricey that to get him. We'll see. Chicago, I don't think is going to be able to keep him, so he is probably going to be out there. And then there's some other ones that we can look at too. L'Jarius Sneed with the Kansas City Chiefs. Definitely an option, and I absolutely love pillaging the Chiefs. Any chance we get, take talent away from them. They can't afford him. They're in salary cap hell because their quarterback's getting paid like $2 trillion. All right, he's getting Jeff Bezos money. So he's really destroying his team because he's not willing to take a team-friendly deal and win those championships over and over again. Well, I mean, he is in the playoffs right now with a subpar offensive weapons because he is just the magician. I give him his respect on that. But we beat him this year, so take that, little ass boy. So anyway, L'Jarius Sneed is going to be out there. I would love to go out and grab him if we cannot get Jalen Johnson. definitely. But again, he's going to come at a premium. Then defensive end out of the Baltimore Ravens, Justin Matabuki. He is also just a beast. He's a terrorizer on that edge rush, gets after the quarterback, decent against the run. A definite option there. Probably going to be an awful lot cheaper than Josh Allen if he comes to the market. Offensive line, we could pick up Mike Onowenu. Do not know if I'm pronouncing that right. Offensive lineman out of New England with the Patriots. Very, very solid dude that we could pick up. Patrick Queen, linebacker out of the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think that we really need that much help in the run backing core. Our run backs right now, they're doing really good. So I don't think we would need to go out and get him, but he is a Pro Bowler. He's a stud, super gifted and athletic. Would love to get him on the team if we could. Josh Uche, also a Patriot, edge rusher, and then DJ Reader out of the Cincinnati Bengals as a defensive tackle. So if we couldn't get Christian Wilkinson, and he's my dream team defensive tackle, then DJ Reader is an absolute. He's a stud. So you're getting him at a better value, salary cap wise. He's not going to require as much as Christian Wilkins, but there's just nobody else other than Christian Wilkins, except for one guy, Chiefs, Chris Jones. He is my all-time favorite fantasy defensive tackle for the free agency. He's going into the free agency, and there is absolutely no way that Kansas City is going to be able to afford him. He's going to be out there. The question is, can we afford him? I think he'll even get bigger money than Christian Wilkins will, but we'll have to see. Boy, whew. Imagine this, Raider Nation. Just imagine this. Christian Wilkins, Chris Jones, Max Crosby, and Josh Allen. With Malcolm Kuntz and Tyree Wilson as the relief guys. Oh my Raiders. Y'all know the deal.
Just win, baby.
Raiders!